Item number 6. LM-2026-0181. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Ivory Tanner to the Fair Rent Commission. Item number 7. LM-2026-0177. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Vincent Morrow Jr. to the Board of Fire Commissioners. Item 8. LM-2026-0169. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Blaise Berglund to the Food Policy Council. Item 9. LM-2026-0170. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Dejanay Carpenter to the Food Policy Council. Item number 10. LM-2026-0182. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Haley Simpson to the Greater New Haven Transit District Board of Directors. Item 11. LM-2026-0174. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Dr. Jeffrey Lynn to the Homeless Advisory Commission. Item number 12. LM-2026-0070. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Victor Rodriguez to the Homeless Advisory Commission. Item 13. LM-2026-0194. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Nina Fawcett to the Civilian Review Board as the New Hallville East Rock representative. Item number 14. LM-2026-0183. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Robert Berriot to the Commission on Disabilities. Item 15. LM-206-0205. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Carmen Correa Rios to the Commission on Disabilities. Item 16. LM-2026-0184. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Beverly Kidder to the Commission on Disabilities. Number 17. LM-2026-0188. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of David Caruso to the Fair Rent Commission. Item 18. LM-2026-0189. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Dondre Roberts to the Fair Rent Commission. Item 19. LM-2026-0195. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Heather Reynolds to the Lead Poisoning Advisory Committee as a healthcare provider. Item 20. LM-2026-0191. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Marianne Moran to the Commission on Parks, Programs, and Recreational Facilities. Number 21. LM-2026-0185. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Manuel Camacho to the Peace Commission. Number 22. LM-2026-0186. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Joanne Wilcox to the Peace Commission. Number 23. LM-206-0190. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Nicholas Fabiani to the Port Authority Board of Commissioners. Number 24. LM-2026-0187. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of David Canton Wine to the Board of Public Health. Number 25. LM-2026-0229. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Jamie Myers McPhail Myers to the Affordable Housing Commission. Her order Honorable Yvette Hamilton, Chair. Attest Honorable Michael Smart, City Town Clerk. These items are on file and available in the Office of Legislative Services, 165 Church Street, second floor, New Haven, Connecticut, 06510. For disability-related accommodation, please call 203-946-7651 voice or 203-946-8582 TTY/TDD. Public testimony, public comment/testimony may also be submitted via email to publictestimony@newhavencity.gov before 2 p.m. on the day of the meeting. The meeting may also be viewed on the Board of Alders YouTube page. Hi there. Good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. As I catch my breath, my name is Yvette Hamilton. As I said before, this is the Aldermanic Affairs Committee, and we welcome you here this evening. We'll start with an introduction from our committee, starting on the right-hand side, please.
Alder Sal Punzo, Ward 17.
Yvette Hamilton, Alder for Ward 24, Chairperson for the committee.
Kimberly Edwards, Ward 19, Vice Chair.
Teresa Moran, Ward 12.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. As I catch my breath, we welcome you. If you have your cell phone, anything that makes noise, we ask that you kindly please put your devices on silent so as not to interrupt, the process of the meeting. If you're here to speak on any of the appointees, we ask you to just confine your thoughts or speech to 3 minutes. Though it's not a big audience, but you never know, right? We have a long agenda, so we're going to try and get through all the items as they are listed on our agenda. We'll call your name. When you come up, we just ask you to give your name and address for the record. And, we get to know you and hear where you're being appointed and so forth, right? Thank you. And with that, we'll start with the first person on our list then, right? Which is Jennifer Reyes-Lynn to the Commission on Aging. Come on. Good evening, Dr. Lee. Name and address for the record.
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Reyes, and I live at 11 Anderson Street in New Haven, 06311.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here. You're being appointed now to the Aging Commission. So give us your speech. Talk to us. Tell us.
Yeah. So I'm a new transplant to New Haven. I find that I chose my profession because I like to give back to the communities in which I'm working. But I also feel like when you find a population you feel very strongly about, there are many different ways to give back. One is through the work that you do, but then also work that you do outside. I think this would be a really interesting opportunity to apply some of my passions and also expertise into improving the care for a very specific and vulnerable population, as well as get to know my new city in a new and meaningful way.
Excellent. Any questions from colleagues? Oh.
I have one question. Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a simple question, and I just want to thank you for actually putting your name in to be appointed to our Commission on Aging and the population in which you're going to be serving. As you said, it's a vulnerable population, and we need to make sure they have everything in place that they need. Time commitment. You have time to commit to the Commission on Aging?
I think that's a fair question. I think it's always surprising what you can fit into your day. Stretch to push even more than you thought you would sign up for. And I think that when you find something you really care about, you make things work. I think that one morning, second Tuesdays at 10 a.m. every month is a very reasonable commitment. I have the opportunity to swap with a big pool of colleagues if I'm ever scheduled on that day. But thank you for asking that question. If I'm committed and I can make it happen.
Thank you, Dr. Lynn. I have no further questions, Madam Chair.
Anybody else? Thank you, Dr. Lynn.
Yeah, thank you for your time and for considering me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next on our list is Wendy Mongello.
Hi. Yes, hi, my name is Wendy Mangillo. My address is 12 Oliver Road, New Haven, Connecticut.
Should we be addressing you as Attorney Mongello?
Wendy's fine.
Wendy, I'm looking at our notes now. Will you be stepping down from that other commission?
Yes, I've actually turned out. I've fulfilled my, I guess it's 9 years or whatever, so I'm up. I've been serving until I guess they find someone else, but yes, I will resign from that commission.
Excellent. Talk about city planning.
Well, I mean, to be truthful, I've read up on it, and so it seems like a very exciting commission. It seems like the city seems to be growing and changing, and to be able to be just even a small part of that, it's very exciting.
Okay. What do you think you're gonna bring to them if appointed? As far as, you know what I mean, you're an attorney, is that?
Yeah, I'm an attorney. I have an office here in New Haven. It was my father's office. I have taken over my lifelong New Havener. I think what I can bring is my office is in downtown New Haven, so I can certainly bring my experience, but really just being a lifelong resident of New Haven. I see what the challenges may be, and how the landscape changes. So I think I can just bring my knowledge of New Haven, my love of New Haven.
Excellent. And you're willing to serve?
I am. I served on the fire commission before the civil service board, and I'm always excited to serve my city.
Excellent. Excellent. Any questions from committee members?
I have no questions at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Attorney. Thank you. All right, moving right along. This might be a little. Next on our list, Eugene Jones Jr. Hey, Mr. Jones, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, name and address for the record, sir.
Eugene Jones, 256 Lombard Street, Weaver.
Excellent. All right. The Civil Service Board, Mr. Jones, you're being appointed to?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about why you would like to be appointed, sir.
The Civil Service Board, it spoke to me because it aligns with my core passions, which is helping others, and as well as more so of like creating opportunities for others. So that's why I'm in HR now. So I do believe the opportunity that people have, sometimes it's needed for the community to grow and expand. So civil service having the ability to go through the opportunity that the city presents, and going through that will be a great experience for me, as someone who's deeply rooted in that kind of job experience, that creating the opportunities for everyone that's in our community.
Yeah, the Civil Service Board, I think people go through them to get opportunities, job opportunities, testing and qualifications and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. Will you have time if appointed, sir?
Absolutely. I'm very much dedicated to the betterment of our community, and I always make time for that. I'm very much open to the flexibility of my time. So when I'm asked to step up to the plate, I don't kind of run from it. I make sure that there's always available time, and if it means I have to dedicate a little bit more, there's no problem, because this is a place that I love so much. Being born and raised here, through and through, it's really just a deep passion of mine.
Excellent, thank you. Any questions from the committee?
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is don't do that. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
Have you like popped into one of the commission meetings yet?
No, I've never attended one. Something that was presented to me relatively recently, so reading upon it and learning about it, it's something that grew on me relatively quickly. So being a part of it and actually getting it, I think that would open even more of my eyes to what the actual community is to itself.
Thank you. No further questions?
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Next on our list, mileage and a wreck. Mileage and a wreck. And for the third time, mileage and a wreck. Moving right along to item number 5, Anitra Rowland, being appointed to the Commission on Disabilities. Hello, ladies.
Good evening.
Your name and address for the record, please.
Anitra Rowland, 1561 Quinnipiac Avenue, New Haven, 06513. That's my older woman right there, Miss Maria.
All righty. Miss Anitra, yes, can you just tell us why you'd like to be appointed to the Commission on Disabilities, please?
The vulnerable population, I like to speak up for those who are vulnerable. I would also like to speak up for those who have disabilities that don't show on the outside, such as myself. I would like to be an advocate for them. I also serve in my church, Elevate Life Church, and on Broad Street in Wallingford. And I make it my business to just help those who are having trouble or physically where I can see. And I let those who are having trouble that you cannot see, I let them know that I'm available to them. I stand bold.
Any questions from the committee?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you the same question I just asked Mr. Jones. Have you been able to partake in or participate or listen to any of the commission's meetings yet?
Yes, I've sat in on 3, 2 with Fair Rent, well, 2 with disability and 2 with Fair Rent. I've met Gretchen and Wilderly's. And Gretchen has always been welcoming. I love the board. I love what they do. They even had an integration with Parks and Recreation, and they're now working together for people with disability and making the parks more accessible for people with disability. So I've sat in and I love it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Good.
I have no further questions.
No questions?
Yes, ma'am. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Madam. I love that. I love the advocacy because people always assume what they don't know, and especially with that particular population.
Yes.
I love it. I can tell you have a strong voice, and you mean business, and you mean business.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for representing my neck of the woods.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you, ma'am. All right. Next on our list, Ivory Tanner. Good evening.
Good evening, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, name and address for the record.
Ivory Tanner, 71 Lilac Street, New Haven, Connecticut, 06511.
Hi there. Good evening, sir. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
You're being appointed to the Fair Rent Commission.
Yeah.
Tell us why you want to serve on
Yeah.
Fair Rent.
Yes. The reason why I want to serve is because I think, giving back has always been a part of my background, right? Even some of my role when I was growing up, playing at the Boys and Girls Club, right, which has nothing to do with that. My coaches, right? Growing up, seeing them give back. My mom, she was my first T-ball coach growing up. She gave back. So it's just something that's always in my blood. It's just something that I've always seen, and going to school and getting my bachelor's in construction law. I wanted to find a way that I could give back that's meaningful to my community, and not just do anything, right? Something that I know I can give, my time and effort to, my passion and my heart to, and not just give back in any way, but something that I can truly commit to, and truly dedicate my time to it. And that's why I want to serve on the Fair Rent Commission.
Excellent. I read on your paperwork that you had a little time restraint situation going on. You want to tell us a little bit about that? Because when I read the paperwork, you checked that, yes, you have time restraint. Is that correct, or do you not need to make that?
I probably didn't even make it. I did not have the time.
Okay, yeah, because when I read through your application paperwork, it did say you had a yes to some kind of time restraint. So I kind of noted that, I just wanted to make sure that if you're appointed, you'd be able to make the meetings when, the time, on the meeting days. Do you know anything about the Variant Commission at all?
Yes, ma'am. I've sat in on 2 meetings.
Nice.
So it's every third Tuesday of the month. And just to add to that, I've sat in on 2 meetings and I'll listen in. I've already seen a place where I can make my impact. Just having that construction knowledge, knowing a lot of maintenance, working for a real estate developer here in New Haven, understanding some of the things that some of our renters don't understand, making sure that the process was done right, that the owner did their due diligence to make sure that the repairs were the way they were supposed to.
Excellent.
I just have a comment.
Yes, go ahead, Alderman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Your construction background, a lot of times people who own homes, renters tell them about their problems and they say, well, that's not a problem. I think with your background belonging to that will really be an asset to that commission to support them, give them that knowledge. So I think you're a great fit for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be brief because Mr. Tanner and Alder Punzo, stole my limelight. I was gonna say, with your background, you kind of got into it already. And then Alder Punzo, I agree with your background. I just think that's a great benefit, being on that commission. Because you're thinking beyond just the normal things that may come up in those commission hearings, or if there's a complaint about the upkeep of something, you can see beyond, what me with a hammer and one drill. You know what I mean? So, and I appreciate you just putting in the time and the commitment and going to the meetings already to see what they're about and just doing what you're going to do within your community and in our city.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, thank you. You can stay for the end if you like, the list goes on. Okay, next on the list, Vincent Morrow Jr. Vincent Morrow Jr. Vincent Morrow Jr. Moving right along, next name on our list, Blaze Brooklyn.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Sure. My name is Blaze Berkland. I live at 725 Orange Street.
Excellent. Welcome. You're being appointed to the full policy council.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
yes, please.
Well, thank you all for having me here this evening. I have had the pleasure of living in New Haven for 7 years now. I moved here to finish my undergrad at Southern with a bachelor's in geography and environmental justice. And since then, I have worked in the food service industry here in New Haven for all of those 7 years. So that is ingrained in me, and myself, my brother, my mom, and my grandparents also. It just comes from the food world, right? Also, for the past 5 years, I've worked for City Seed. So I've had probably like 6 different roles in that time space as the nonprofit world goes. But so I've primarily focused on managing the farmers markets. And so I've really downloaded a lot of information on the needs of local growers here in New Haven, and also just statewide as well, the need in the agricultural space. So, from like an economic perspective, what the needs are of local growers are right now. And also from a food access perspective, also thinking about everyone in New Haven, especially those that are experiencing food insecurity. How do we increase opportunities to really high quality food? The farmers markets are also a really vibrant space for emerging food businesses that are not farm related, right? So I've inadvertently learned to advise a lot on like, you know, what permits are necessary, you know, working with the health department and just what makes it successful, and the path to least resistance, right? And what's working and what's not working, working with different alders and support different legislation for that. And most recently, I've been managing City Seed's Farm to Institution program, which is a delivery service that connects farm products from local growers here in Connecticut within a certain radius of New Haven, that connects those products to different food businesses, health clinics, public schools, and different, in the next, hopefully like 6 weeks, it'll be to more food assistance resources too. So really just thinking creatively about how do we build an ecosystem, a food ecosystem that works for everybody. Yeah, so
It's like you're doing great. Right?
it's been really fun. Yeah, it's been interesting to see how it's all sort of unfolded in an interesting way. Yeah.
I don't really have any questions, but I actually really read your resume. Are there any questions from the committee? Comment, go ahead.
I love it. I see your resume speaks to everything that speaks to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's excellent. I think you'd be excellent choice for it.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Also, you know, so you're aware, Bliss, I got a written support letter from Ms. Nadine Horton in support of your nomination also to the Food Policy Council, you know, which we will note that for the record as well. So, yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Alderman, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Where do you think we need to do to help alleviate food insecurity? Where do you need to grow? How do we make it better?
Oh my gosh, that is so complex. It's so complex. You know, I've been attending the Food Policy Council meetings for, I think I missed all but one since its recent reiteration, right? It's been like 10 or so years since it last met. So it's been really interesting to come together as a group with other folks that are pioneering this work in the city to figure out, you know, have these initial conversations about how do we scratch the surface of that, right? How do we, you know, create those opportunities for local growers? How do we then get those products into the folks in New Haven that most need it? How do we create sustainable action within that, right? Like, how do we educate folks and, you know, empower the people that live here to, you know, grow their own food, right? There's so many different angles, and I think we're still having a lot of those conversations of like, how does this, how do we make a meaningful impact from a policy perspective? So there's a lot, you know, there's a lot, but most recently, a lot of our conversations have been around the community gardens. And yeah, because there's been shifts in funding for that and responsibility. And so, you know, how do we meet the needs of what's happening right now, but also think ahead sustainably to, you know, changes that we as a city could experience from shifts in federal funding, right? From a federal administrative perspective, right? How do we think ahead in the worst case scenario, right? And support ourselves. So
It's a further conversation.
so much. I hope we all can join us for a lot because it's been really enriching.
Go ahead. Is there a list of all the community gardens that are on the website or anything like that?
That would be a Nadine question, for sure.
Okay.
Yes, Nadine Horton. So I think that there's 19 community gardens. But there is some, they've they've been managed by one organization that leads through the city, and so there's just some questions around how we logistically, from a funding perspective, are going to be able to continue to support them and, then increase the pathways to get that food to different people in New Haven and just, create systems to educate people about like how do we, there's so much, so.
Thank you.
My pleasure, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much. It was great speaking with you all. Thank you.
Moving right along on our agenda, next person, item number 9, is the appointment of Dejanay Carpenter.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I think there might be a little snafu, Dejanay, because we have that, on, the agenda says Food Policy Council. Well, I think, it's the Youth Commission you're interested in, aren't you?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Yeah.
A little different.
All right, we may look- all right, so let the record reflect, I think that, let's see, what's the correct way of doing this? Is this a little scrivener's error that we can just say, amend to say that it is not the Food Policy Council, but the Youth Commission that, Ms. Dejanay Carpenter is being appointed to? Is that okay? Good evening, Dejanay. Your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, my name is Dejanay Carpenter, and I reside at 47 Frank Street, New Haven, Connecticut, 06519.
Welcome, and you are being appointed to the Youth Commission, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, thank you for being here, and talk to us.
Yes, of course. So, I guess I'll start with just a little bit about me and then get into why I'm looking to be within the Youth Commission. So, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, which is just a fancy word for a licensed therapist. I have worked alongside community settings, I've worked alongside family settings, and currently I'm within higher education. So I have a passion for working with youth and young adults as well. The reason why I am looking to work within the Youth Commission is due to, I believe that youth are a vulnerable population just due to they are constantly growing. They are very influenced, especially when it comes to social media, peers, family, being able to have a voice and share their voice with others. That's what I'm passionate about, and being able to kind of bring the community together along with that. And just this past weekend, I had worked with the Q House, so I went and volunteered there at Dixwell, and I did a mental health initiative. So it was royal icing and resiliency. So using sensory along with being able to utilize the icing to be able to tell like which colors represent your feelings and emotions. So again, kind of putting spin on, the typical mental health where I'm just directly talking, where we can also be able to kind of have fun and, not have things stigmatized.
I think one of the things I notice, sometimes, mental health challenges, a lot of times folks speak that in the background, and are afraid to bring that to the surface. So having a comfortable space to air and can share, it's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Most definitely. Are there any questions? Go ahead, Alder.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
And thank you for stepping up to the plate. How did you hear about the opening or applying to be on our youth commission?
So through advocacy, so I partner with Q House, so I go there often to volunteer. So there was a director that is there, Crystal Fernandez. So she had reached out to me about like, you know, being able to advocate more and be in, you know, bigger settings. So that's how I kind of grew into this. And then also I do know that, because when I was at Catholic Charities previously, the youth and park director, she was Gwendolyn Bush, so I was able to connect with her before. So I'm like, oh, she's in this as well. So that was pretty exciting to see a name that, you know, I can reconnect with.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
I have no questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Next on our list, Miss Haley Simpson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Haley Simpson, 93 Plymouth Street, New Haven, Connecticut, 06519.
How you doing? Let me start by saying we just got your resume. I like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay. I would have liked to see your paperwork come in a little bit more timelier. I read through all the documentation. I see that some of these things you didn't fill out. You did not respond. You put NA to some of the things where you you didn't have to send us your resume, but a simple line to say why I'm interested in what you're being appointed to. You know, and you didn't fill out the form. The form, you put a couple of things on there, which, you know what I mean? I would have appreciated to see that form completed.
Okay.
And then your resume, we just got it just now. That no look good, right? I say that because anybody else, we ask them to have something to say why they're interested, at least in the position that they're looking to be appointed to, right?
Yeah.
So fair is fair and right is right for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I did submit my resume with this back in, what was it?
Just got
April? Okay, well, apologies on that. I can fill out the application so that you have that information.
Talk to us about, you're being appointed to the transit?
Yes, so I am being appointed to the Greater New Haven Transit Board of Directors.
Like she's the house lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in that role, my understanding is that we would be more of like a policy-based sort of position, excuse me, that provides public transportation services across South Central Connecticut and operates several transportation programs, including programs that supports Americans with disability, as well as moving people from one location to another. Yes, so I think it operates regionally, but it also helps local riders in terms of accessibility.
Is it accessibility like what? Doing like the bike lanes and them thing, and policies for the implementation of like the bike lanes and all that?
So
Is that part of what they do?
So my understanding for the Greater New Haven Transit District is that they're more of those mobile vans that you see across New Haven. The vans that have, what do you call it? The wheelchair accessible vehicles. And they help for, elderly / disabled individuals to be able to travel across. New Haven.
All right. Well, you're doing a lot in the city with regards to other things. I think your plate's kind of full with keeping up. I'm seeing a lot of emails coming across my email from constituents within the 24th ward with street concerns and or requests.
Yeah.
So with that being said, will you have time to be dedicating from this to that and then some?
Yes, so I do have a really unique role that has the opportunity to collaborate with a number of community partners in terms of improving accessibility, bikeability, walkability across New Haven. So my understanding is that the Greater New Haven Transit, they meet during the day. So that would just be filling in a meeting on my calendar and making sure I'm committed to that. So in this role, I do also serve on the parking authority, right? It is a function of, I think I'm an ex officio of.
I've been around.
Yeah.
Where?
Right. So, it's a unique and wonderful experience that I get the opportunity to collaborate with so many community partners in how to enhance all things transportation and accessibility.
Okay. Any questions from colleagues?
I have one.
Very wonderful.
Thank you, Madam Chair. How do you think, being on this board of directors will help you grow in your present position?
I think that's a really great question. And I appreciate you asking me that question. My background stems from healthcare, public housing, working with, those with special needs. So I think this is a really great opportunity for me to just bridge all those things together and use that expertise that I have from different experiences across my life to be able to help with certain policies. I think oftentimes in this role, folks are more focused on being technical and forgetting the component that transportation really affects people's daily lives, right? And so, if anything, serving on this board will help enhance my capabilities in the role as Director of Transportation. So, I mean, it would be an honor to serve on that board. And also I feel like I would be able to learn a lot more, right? Because they're exposed more to individuals with disabilities, and that may not be something I'm exposed to in the role of Director of Transportation, because, oftentimes we're focused on those that already have the capabilities, right? So serving on a board like this, it'll kind of open, I don't want to use the term open up a third eye, but open up another perspective, right? That'll really help make it a full 360 in terms of making policies in my role. So yeah, I think it'll be just such an incredible experience, honestly, to be able to merge all the things.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving right along. Next on our agenda, Jeffrey Lynn. I think it's Dr. Jeffrey Lynn, if I'm not mistaken. Come on up, sir.
It is. But it doesn't have to be.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Name and address for the record, please.
Yes, hi, Jeffrey Lynn, so residing at 11 Anderson Street, New Haven, Connecticut, 06511, Ward 10.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. And the Homeless Advisory Commission, I'm sure you can answer, but tell us what you'll bring to them.
Yeah, I think it's a two-way. I work with multiple populations here in New Haven, many with housing insecurity, unsheltered housing. So I work in medical capacity, so I could speak to various different pieces, but it's also for me to learn about the other resources, who else is operating in the city, housing overlays, so many different committees, actually, the Fairman Commission, Affordable Housing Committee, Committee on Disability. I mean, all of it is very much an overlap, and so it's a population I care about, and a population I want to serve.
The question is, will it fit in the schedule? Doctors are usually real busy.
It's I believe it's an after-hours evening meeting, but even beyond that, if it goes past a monthly commitment, it's integrated into my work, and I have some flexibility.
Any questions from the committee? Thank you so much for your willingness to serve. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
moving right along.
Next on our agenda, Victor Rodriguez to the Homeless Advisory Commission. Victor Rodriguez to the Homeless Advisory Commission. Victor Rodriguez to the Homeless Advisory Commission. All right. Moving along on our agenda. The next list of items are reappointments of folks. They weren't required to be here, but we'll start with the next person, which is Miss Nina Fawcett, if she wants to speak to us. You don't have to, Miss Fawcett, but you have the option to come up if you so choose. Number 13, item number 13. Hi, Miss Nina, name and address for the record, please.
Nina Fawcett.
Yeah, 420 Huntington Street, number 1 in New Haven, 06511.
Well, Ms. Nina, we see that you have 100% attendance on the civilian on your civilian review board, and you weren't even required to show up. But while you're here, talk to us and tell us what great thing fun you're having on this board.
Well, it's all work. I have a standing appointment at the IA, the police department, every Friday. Now it's moved to 9:15-ish to whenever. And I have seen, since my initial appointment, I have seen every single complaint. I've seen the body cam the best I can. They have changed the rules with body cam and made it much more difficult for me to view.
Right.
Because you actually have to have an investigator there to turn it on. It's that we're working on it.
Okay.
Because
And have you been able to get in there and contribute some good educational stuff to them?
To them? Well, people have to.
Okay. What's that been like?
It's been difficult because
do you need quorum for the board?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
and
there's only
short members now?
14 people.
Okay.
Supposed to be.
Right.
There's 7.
Okay, currently.
Yes, and we need people, and we not only just need bodies, because sometimes you have bodies who do nothing,
Right.
or can't get in and don't realize the time commitment. There's a time commitment there. That's why I go every week, because I see every single one. But there's some people who go in for an hour, and they'll see 10 or 15 at one time. They must be speed readers.
I see.
But what we need are people who really want to help the community, because that's what this is. You've got people, and they don't always know they get a fair shot. And what we do is we give recommendations, and many of these are very well investigated,
Right.
very well. And sometimes it will be, they even find the circumstances where the police make a procedural problem. They have an issue with procedure. And they'll spot that and then correct it. And that's nothing to do with the complaint. But these people, police should have written a report better or something like of that nature. Then they'll be either retrained or they'll be talked to about it, which is really positive, because that's the only way you get to improve.
Right.
Is by spotting those issues. So I think that, yes, they find those. They don't have to say anything, but they do, and that's the big plus. Is that's how you improve on what the police are doing. And I would say a lot of the complaints are, let me put it this way, are complaints because they got caught.
Well, it is what it is.
Yes.
People have the liberty of making complaints. Justification is another.
And that's it. I've seen it where, give me your license, the guy holds it up. It won't put the window down. I mean, it's got to be.
Well, you know what?
But, and there's a number of, the scarier ones are really the domestic violence and abuse. Because that's where it gets tricky.
So we
Figuring
don't
all
want
that.
you to go into any.
No, I'm not going into any
Nitty gritty of anything.
No, I can't.
No,
But it's,
not the form.
I find it's helpful because we've had some people come to our meetings and say, I want you to look further into this and that kind of thing.
Listen, Miss Nina, thank you for your 100% attendance to the Civilian Review Board, the hard efforts that you have maintained. We are grateful for.
Please appoint more people who want to do some
We'll work on that.
Please, because
Most definitely.
that's the way we can be more efficient, is because we have more opinions.
Yes,
And they'll may spot something somebody else doesn't.
yes.
And the one thing we have done this year is we've gotten a memorandum of understanding with Yale. And they have put together their review board, which they didn't have before.
Wonderful.
So,
All right.
we're working on it, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your
Thank you.
willingness and
Thank
work.
you. Please give us more people.
All right. I'll stay up. Listen to Miss Nina. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Next on our list, Robert Burial. Like I said, all the reappointments were not required to be here this evening, but Miss Nina Fawcett attended. But I'm going to call the names of all the other reappointees that were not required to attend. And those names are Robert Burial to the Commission on Disabilities, item number 14. Item 15, Carmen Correa Rios to the Commission on Disabilities, also were not required to be here. Next, item number 16, Beverly Kidder. Is there a note on Beverly Kidder, Miss Missy? She's also for reappointment. Is there something?
No. Oh, yes, thank you. Hers needs to be read and filed.
Okay, so for, all right, read and filed.
Yeah, her term does not expire until February of 2027.
Okay. So, Miss, item 16 will be given, will be read and filed. Item number 17, Mr. David Caruso to the Fair Rent Commission, his reappointment also did not need to be here this evening. Item number 18, Dondre Roberts to the Fair Rent Commission also did not need to be here. 19, Heather Reynolds also did not need to appear, being reappointed to the Poison Advisory Committee as the healthcare provider, did not need to appear this evening. Number 20 as well, the reappointment of Marianne Moran to the Commission on Parks, Program and Recreational Facilities, did not need to be here. Next, number 21, Manuel Camacho to the Peace Commission. Jennifer Wilcox, number 22, being reappointed to the Peace Commission as well, did not need to appear. 23, Mr. Nicholas Fabiani to the Port Authority, Board of Commissioners. 24, David Canton Wine to the Board of Public Health, did not need to be here. Item 25, Ms. Jamie Myers McPhail, Myers, same person. Item 25, being reappointed to the Affordable Housing Commission. That all those folks did not need to appear this evening because they had 100% attendance, and so we are just reading them into the record, right? With that, for the folks that appeared this evening, is there anyone here from the public that would like to speak on any of the appointees that we have heard from this evening? Anyone from the public that would like to speak on any of the appointees that we've heard from this evening? And for a third time, anyone from the public that would like to speak on any of the appointees that we've heard from this evening? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I move to close the public portion.
Motions?
Second.
Discussion, any discussion? All in favor of closing?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public portion is closed. Moving on the agenda. Yeah,
I'm doing out of order, Madam Chair. I move items number 4 and 7, leave to withdraw.
Second.
okay. Motion has been made on items 4 and 7. Made and second to give these items leave to withdraw. All in favor of, is there any discussion first and foremost? No. All in favor of giving items 4 and 7 leave to withdraw, say aye.
Aye.
I think that should be amended to include item, Mr. Rodriguez, Victor Rodriguez, am I not correct?
You don't need to take any action on it. He
Okay,
was
good.
discharged
Okay.
for the next.
My mistake. All righty. Leave to withdraw now, the items 4 and 7. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those two items, 4 and 7, are given leave to withdraw. Moving right on.
Madam Chair, number 16, I move to read and file.
Is there a second on the motion to read and file? Motion has been made to read and file, made and seconded to read and file, item 16, Ms. Beverly Kidder. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The item has been given leave to withdraw. Item 16, yes?
Red and white.
Red and fudge, I'm sorry, Jesus, I'm tired. All right, moving on.
Madam Chair, I would like to move the following items favorably. Items number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Second.
All right, the items have been moved and seconded. Do we discuss individually or collectively? What's the word? Okay. Go ahead. Discussion. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move all of these items favorably. These people came in, they stepped up to the plate, and according to what we read in their resumes and applications and what they spoke of today, they seem to be ready and willing to commit themselves to our commissions. And I just look forward to seeing them get in and dig their heels in there and get to work.
Any other discussion? Well, personally, I'd like to say, I am very impressed. We have some fantastic folks that's being appointed to the respective boards and commission. A couple of doctors, some well-dedicated other folks that's very much interested in serving our city and our residents in all capacities. So I am definitely in favor of the appointees as well as reappointees, because all of our reappointees have had fantastic attendance and have dedicated and worked hard on our boards and commissions, and we are grateful for their service. So yes, I'm in favor of all the appointees as well and reappointees. Thank you. All right, so all in favor of those appointees and reappointees, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. The appointees are appointed. We'll move on to the full board favorably for appointments and the reappointees as well. Go ahead, Alden.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
The motion is made and seconded to adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. All our appointees, we are grateful. Your name will move on to the full board. Will be moved out of committee And the final approval will come from our full board meeting, our next full board meeting, or something like that, right, Missy?
It'll be July 6th.
July 6th.
They'll
Uh-huh.
go for first reading at the next board meeting in June, and then for a vote
On July 6th. Yeah, so the final vote will be on July 6th. But we thank you so much for sticking with us, right? And have a wonderful night. God bless you. Oh, because it's recorded.
You but you don't have to. And next time, because I redid it.
Oh,
I don't
you
play
turn it
games.
up? You turn it up?
I don't mute it first, then I got rid of the video, then I end off.